What's up, Kings? My name is Ben Wexler. I have a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry. I triple minored in math, physics, and biology. I'm a yoga teacher, martial artist, musician, and men's work facilitator. And this podcast, this YouTube channel is about me just divulging spiritual information that I either am learning or have learned. In this episode, it's going to be a combination. And so I'm going to provide for you three ways that you can up the masculinity in your life. So first we have to define what masculinity is. And I like to define these concepts in metaphysics. If you don't know what metaphysics is, the way I would describe it is it's just like, how does it look energetically? So masculinity is structure. Masculinity is our borders. Masculinity is boundaries. Masculinity is rigidity. Masculinity is this, not that. Masculinity is often likened to the mountain, because the mountain, you can press on the mountain and the mountain is always there. Whereas the ocean sometimes is calm, sometimes is just roaring waves. And that's why it's the feminine. The feminine is changing. Everything that we strive to do as men is to keep life on an even keel, to keep life the same, to keep life predictable. And it's very frustrating, but this is definitely the case. That is actually insanity for a woman. A woman loves change and will always change and will always find a weak point and press on that weak point to cause change, to cause drama, to cause a story. Because there's no movie that's just one thing the entire time. Right? Movies have to have plots. Movies move in waves. There's the journey, there's the beginning of journey, then there's the apex, and then there's the resolution. What is that? It's just a big wave. And so one of the things that women really love about us is our ability to just be dependable. That's another quality of masculinity. So we're dependable. We don't change too much. And she will actually change to see if you'll change too, because the degree to which you change is the degree to which you are feminine, which is something I'm going to really talk about on the last point. So make sure you stay to the last point. The last point's the one that I feel the most passionate about in this moment. So masculinity is the structure, femininity is the wave, okay? So what does this look like as a being? How can we embody this as a being? Well, the first way is discipline. Discipline. What's another thing that women love to see in a man? We say we're gonna do something and then we do it. It's follow through, right? Follow through is discipline to me. They're the same energy. It's just, you wake up with an intention and then you do the intention, no matter what. No matter how you feel, no matter what kind of stuff comes up through that day, that's what you do. Discipline. And so there's tons of work on discipline. I want to say this though too, is that there is such thing as being too masculine. The perfect man is not just 100% masculinity. If you look at a building, if you look at a skyscraper, the taller a building, the more they need to build it so that it can sway with the wind. Because if it doesn't sway, it'll shatter. It's too rigid. So you can be too rigid. So if you are the type of person that you have pretty much the same life every day, you wake up exactly on the same time and you do the same thing, and you could probably use a little bit more femininity in your life. But for the most of us, we definitely lack in discipline, and society as a whole lacks in masculinity. And that's why basic instructions like clean your room, Jordan Peterson, make your bed, the Navy SEAL guy. These guys blew up like 10 years ago because we're so starved of just that good dad energy. We're so starved of just like doing basic masculine stuff. And so discipline. Discipline is set an intention, follow through with that intention. The second way you can step it up is boundaries. What's another way that you can say boundary? A border. What's happening at our southern border in the US? It's a leaky boundary. There's another physical application of the metaphysical. We literally are too feminine and that we don't have a strong border. Boundaries are a really important one because it's very similar to discipline. It's like, hey, this is who I am. This is where I'm going to be. This is what I will tolerate. This is what I will accept. It's almost like permeable discipline. It's like, what will you allow in? And so how do you step this up? Start saying how you feel, having uncomfortable conversations, and telling people how it is. Say, hey, that's not okay with me. But first, you want to start it off small. You want to say, hey, listen, this is how it is. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to tolerate. And then if that boundary is overstepped, then you increase the tension. It's called escalation of force. You're only supposed to escalate force that matches the degree to which you've been breached. You don't want to launch a nuke just because someone overstepped your border real quick. You want to match the force that's relevant to the perpetration, I guess you could say. So that's number 2. Number 3 is more of an emotional concept, which is the degree to which you change around other people, the degree to which you match their energy is feminine. Women are a lot more in tune to the collective. They're in tune to the total needs of the tribe. And that's why they're very more agreeable. And principle number 2, that's what we were talking about. Jordan Peterson talks about that a lot. Agreeability. Women value a man that is disagreeable, meaning it doesn't matter if he's stacked against 100 people that feel a certain way. If he doesn't feel that way, he is unafraid of speaking his truth. If you could sum it all up, it's truth. Truth is like the overwhelming masculine figure. Like these 3 and any other attribute of masculinity that's desirable, truth. So number 3 is the degree to which you will be yourself, and the degree to which you will not take on others' energy, but you will be your own energy. Right? And again, you don't want to just be, you want to have a good time with people. So there's a certain amount of give that you got to give. There's a certain amount of like, if you want to have a good time with a group of people, you got to change your energy a little bit so you can be a cohesive unit to some degree, but probably not the degree to which we all do it. And so what does your energy look like? How do you want to feel? Are other people affecting you? Are you a product of your environment, or is your environment a product of you? Right? These are all masculine questions. And you want to talk about alpha male is the one that's changing the energy the most. The alpha is the one that it's his energy that everyone's being impacted by. And he is not taking in other people's energy. He is the one that's constant. He is a constant. If you're this type of way around this group of people, this type of way around this group of people, and this type of way around this group of people, guess what? You are changing. You are feminine. You are not like an alpha is the same, is consistent. Consistency, which we talked about in the beginning of the video. Consistency is also a quality of masculinity. Women love it, men love it. And that's what a border is too. That's what a boundary is. A boundary is a consistency. It's there. And anytime someone tries to breach it, you reinforce the boundary. And you have to have, that's another aspect of masculinity. You have to be strong enough to be able to reinforce the boundary. Because what's the point of having a boundary if you don't have a way to enforce it? Which is a whole other topic that maybe I'll get into on the next video. But that's it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, like the video. Let me know what resonated for you the most. If you got the nuts, type in the comments how you're gonna do your best to implement each one in your life. What is that gonna look like? And when you write it out, and especially if you post it for the world to see, you're gonna download it on a very profound level. okay? And then if you like my vibe, if you like this video, definitely subscribe. Until next time, peace out, kings.